Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a BD diesel two-wheel drive low unlock kit. And what that does, that puts you in four-wheel drive low, but it disengages the front axle. That way you don't have to have the hopping and the binding in four-wheel drive when you're backing up big trailers or trying to maneuver in tricky spots and whatnot. Just makes life a lot nicer. What you're going to get out of the kit is two relays you got to install, wiring harness. This goes into your transmission control module. It's easy. You just unplug the factory one, plug this in there, and plug the factory one into one other side or the other. And then I'm going to be doing it into the auxiliary switches. All I will need is this pink wire. This is a switch that comes with the kit. I will not be using it. And they got some zip ties and whatnot. And if you do have upfitter switches, you should have a wiring control or wiring harness that you can use. And where you put those is right in the corner of your vehicle underneath the hood, which are these. I will be putting it in number 1. Pull out the green plug, put the wiring harness, and go. Here's the end unhooked. Gotta put the wiring harness into there. This is what they call a wire harness. They send it with you. Put it into there. It goes click. First step into getting this part hooked up, you gotta come all the way down here, go underneath, and you gotta remove this trim panel here with some trim panel removing tools. And the thing that we're looking to get after is right here. Once you get the cover off, you might have to pry it up, maybe to the side a little bit. It's got a bunch of little clips on there. And then you gotta come under here and find this blue one right here and unplug that. Easy peasy. And then to start installing the stuff, you use this end first. Slide it all up in there. Then the second part is you take the factory harness from this side and you plug it into the BD bypass and you click it in there. Now you're ready to button it up. Once you get it plugged in, do your best to try and put the cover back on and find a spot for them relays. I hung mine up here. They're zip tied. They're not going to come down. Once the floor panel covering is back on, you're not even going to notice that anything's there anyway. Now next thing to do, get the wire harness over to the driver's side so I can put it into the engine bay. What I did, I found something long and stiff, and I shoved it through the paneling here. They're actually pretty easy to rip off. Pretty, like, just pull it right off. What I'm going to do is grab my wire harness and just put a zip tie around there and just yank it through, and then I'll be ready to wire it up to the auxiliary switches. I put my dash panel back in. Now I'm going to install this back in there. And the biggest reason why I'm doing that is because I am pretty much done on this side. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is add wire onto the outfitter or upfitter switch so I can put it inside the cab. I already made a hole into one of my boots down there. Now I just got to find it and get it in there and hook it up, and it should be done. Next thing you want to do is get these two ends together. And I already have that done. Now all I have to do is cut it and splice it to the wire harness from the 2 low kit to the wire I just put in. And you need one of these blade ones, and just hook it up to the pink one, and then you're done. Now that you got everything all buttoned up, what you could do, press the auxiliary 1, put it into 4 low, And there you go. It should be in two-wheel drive. And to test it, turn your wheel all the way one way or the other, put it in gear, and no binding, no hopping, no more trying to fight the four-wheel drive. And the best part is, overall, you can't even tell that there's nothing done to the pickup because of the nice clean auxiliary ports that are underneath the hood. Supply you enough power and power to the vehicle's accessory options. If you had a switch, some people recommend putting it in that area or maybe even there. Me, I like what I have done.